the beginning, God created the heavens and He created the earth. He created every living thing upon the earth. Thousands of years later, along comes myself, Ed Waters, and I created FreeCircle so I could bring you the fireside. We want to bring you truth with integrity, insight that's right, and stories that matter the most today. So climb on in, buckle up, let's take a ride on the fireside. I want to talk about intimidation this morning, people. In the world that we live in, frequently we find people that want to intimidate others. They use intimidation in a way to gain control over somebody else. They'll use various techniques of intimidation: money, power, strength, humiliation, incrimination. There's several ways they do this. But the most important thing of all I want you guys to remember, if somebody is using intimidation as a tactic, I want you to plant this deep inside your mind. What are they doing? Wow, they are showing a weakness. Think about that hard for just a moment. If somebody has to use intimidation, well, obviously they're worried about something. Baby, you're shining bright. Keep on doing what you're doing. Don't let intimidation work on you. Understand why they're using it. And then understand you have to forgive those people because they don't quite understand why they're even doing this. It's embedded in their genomes. It's structured deep inside of who they are, how they were raised. Be kind, understanding, be patient, but most of all, stand solid like a rock and do as you say and say what you mean. Don't try to intimidate. Show you are a man of principle. You do as you say. Always remember that. If somebody tries to use intimidation, they're worried about something. You're shining. Keep that beacon bright, baby. It's good. You're making an impact. When those trolls start knocking, don't worry about them. They're petty. See? Intimidation just shows how weak somebody really is. And let's go back. Always, when people are using intimidation, they end up losing. Look at World War II. Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin What did they do? They tried to intimidate their way through the world. They ended up losing. Intimidation shows weakness. It shows a vulnerable side of somebody. It is actually a vulnerability that you're exposing to yourself. Or, to others. How do we handle all of this? Well, learn to spot the individuals that are trying to place intimidation on people. Don't run from it. Always be present. But always be kind. You don't have to badmouth people. You just have to make them realize there's something wrong. Kindness and courtesy comes from caring. I always care about people. Even when they are attacking me, I try to understand where they are. Why are they coming this way at me? There are things that we can do to spot people using intimidation, and then stand up to it. Do not run from it. Do not cower from it. Do not run and hide your voice like they probably want you to. Don't do it. Make sure you're putting your voice in the right places, where it matters the most. Never allow intimidation and what I call baby food tactics. They are jealous and they see something about you that they want. I see it all the time. Christ put it the best when he was hanging on the cross. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I often reflect on those words. It gives me strength. It gives me consideration, kindness, understanding, the ability to back myself up and say, hey, did you just do something wrong? It's called self-analysis. Don't be intimidated. It says in the good book, don't look upon their faces. Why is that? Well, because people get intimidated by faces. Really? Come on. Don't look at it. That's the thing. There's secrets that are told to people, and they have to implement these secrets in their lives to really understand what they truly mean. But we have to always remember free will. Never force. Because force is not freely giving. So we must look at ourselves and say, am I living right? Am I living in intimidation? Am I letting others intimidate me in the way I should be? Or am I being a rock and standing on my principles? That's what you should ask yourself. Am I letting intimidation influence my decisions? Never do that. Understand, we have to get along. We have to start talking. and start loving your fellow man. Listen to somebody, talk to somebody, stand up for somebody today. Well, that's it for another FreeCircle Fireside. Thank you for joining us. You can find us on the web at freecircle.website. You can join in on the live shows or leave a message and we'll get your voice out over the message. The call-in line is 971-533-7805. Join FreeCircle, get your voice out, and thank you for joining the Fireside. Ed, FreeCircle, out.